It feels like artificial intelligence is just everywhere now, right? One minute it's science fiction, and the next it's reshaping our entire world. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at how we got here, from a wild, ambitious dream in the 1950s to the incredible tools and, yeah, the really tough dilemmas we're dealing with right now. To really get a handle on all this, we've got to jump in the time machine and go all the way back to the beginning, to a little workshop where this whole revolution got its start. Okay, so picture this. It's the summer of 1956. A small group of scientists get together with a goal that sounds completely nuts for the time. They wanted to figure out if they could actually build a machine that could think for itself, a machine that could reason, use language, maybe even be original. And it was right there in that proposal that they officially coined the term artificial intelligence. But the path from that dream to today was not a straight line, not even close. The initial hype was massive. People thought human-level AI was just a few years away. But when the tech couldn't deliver on those huge promises, the funding dried up completely. This led to long periods of stagnation known as the AI winters. It wasn't until we had just immense amounts of data and the computing power to process it that we finally entered the AI spring we're all living through today. You know, right from the get-go, there were two competing ideas about how to build a thinking machine. The first camp, symbolic AI, was all about rules. Think of it like a giant, super detailed instruction manual for intelligence. If this happens, then do that. But the other idea, connectionist AI, was inspired by the human brain. The thinking was, what if intelligence could just emerge by learning patterns from tons and tons of data? Well, guess which idea won? That connectionist approach is the foundation for basically every AI tool you use today.
So how does that connectionist approach actually work? How does a machine really go from just a bunch of code to something that can make genuinely smart predictions?
It's basically a pipeline, and it all starts with data, a mountain of it. You feed the model all this training data, and it starts trying to find patterns, tweaking its own internal network as it goes. But here is the really clever part. When it gets something wrong, it has a built-in way to fix itself. It learns from its own mistakes over and over and over, refining its understanding until it gets scary accurate. The secret sauce behind all that learning is a process called backpropagation. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like an AI's own personal coach. The model makes a guess, and if it's wrong, backpropagation blows the whistle, stops everything, and tells every single part of the network exactly how it screwed up and how to adjust for next time. It's this constant, relentless self-correction that lets AI get so good, so fast. And this incredible ability to learn has led AI escape the research lab and start changing, well, pretty much everything about how we live and work. Just look at medicine. AI is now helping scientists discover new drugs by analyzing biological data on a scale that was never possible before. It's being used to predict how a specific patient will respond to treatment, and it's analyzing medical scans with an accuracy that can sometimes even beat human experts. It's absolutely revolutionary. The world of finance? It pretty much runs on AI now. It's the engine behind high-frequency trading, and now we're seeing these super specialized models, like Grok 4.2, being fine-tuned just to analyze market trends and even execute trades. At the same time, AI is our best defense against fraud, scanning millions of transactions in real time to spot weird activity that no human team ever could. And in the business world, things are getting really interesting. We're way beyond just robots in factories. Now, we're talking about AI agents that automate customer support, marketers using AI to optimize websites for new AI-powered search, and even platforms that let everyday creators build and sell their own custom AI apps without having to write a single line of code. But, and you knew there was a but coming, with all this incredible power comes a whole new set of really complex, really difficult ethical questions that we're only just starting to wrap our heads around. And that leads us to a huge issue. A lot of these advanced AI systems are total black boxes. You get an amazing, accurate result, but if you ask how it got there, nobody really knows. Not even the people who built it. It's like a brilliant chef who makes the most delicious meal you've ever had, but can't give you the recipe. It just works. And that can be pretty unsettling. And this is where that black box problem gets dangerous. See, AI learns from our data, and our data is filled with our own hidden biases. The most famous example, of course, is Amazon's hiring AI. It trained on a decade of hiring data and taught itself that male candidates were just better. The AI didn't invent sexism. It just held up a perfect mirror to the data it was fed. All of this rolls up into what might be the most important challenge in the entire field, the AI alignment problem. Think of it like this. You get a wish from a super powerful genie. You have to be so careful with your wording because it might take you literally and cause a total disaster. Alignment is the challenge of teaching that genie to understand the intent behind your wish, not just the words you use. So, with these incredibly powerful new tools and the huge dilemmas they bring, how are we as a society actually trying to move forward? Well, governments are starting to wake up. The European Union just passed its huge AI Act, which is this really comprehensive attempt to regulate AI based on how risky it is. Here in the United States, it's more of a patchwork, with individual states like California passing their own laws to tackle specific things like consumer privacy and deepfakes. Of course, the ultimate goal, the holy grail for a lot of people in this field, is artificial general intelligence, or AGI. That's an AI with the same kind of flexible intelligence as a human. But if you ask the experts when we'll get there, the answers are all over the place. Some say 10 years, some say 100, and some say it's flat out impossible. That massive uncertainty tells you everything you need to know about where we are on this journey. So, we've come all the way from a summer project in 1956 to a technology that is actively reshaping our world in real time. As these systems learn from our data, our history, and our behaviors, we're left with a profound question. It's not about what AI can do anymore. The question we all have to answer is, what do we want it to become?